Let's get real for a second. You have all these people online trying to sell you a dream, that credit stacking is a secret hack for millionaires. They flash $100,000 in deals and they tell you that you don't need revenue. You just need a strategy. Well, folks, I've been there. I've done that. I've done credit stacking, business loans, vendor lines, all of it just to start all my businesses. And some of the moves, they worked out well, gave me thousands of dollars, and others basically almost destroyed my credit and my sanity. This is one of the reasons why I want to debunk this myth, this fantasy. I want to tell you what people won't tell you about credit stack. See, if credit stacking is going to be seen and used as some new business funding hack, then I need to let you know for a lot of people, it's a ticking time bomb. So why don't we go ahead, break it down, dive in, and examine it from a fast, honest, and non-guru fluff perspective. If you're interested, I'm going to tell you, let's go along for this ride. Okay, I said no fluff. We can get to the top 5. But one thing I want to remind you of, I have a Patreon page. The link is in the description. I want you to click on it where you can get more information like the subject we have in this video and much more. Let's go ahead and dive into number 1, misinformation loop. Everyone can get this credit stacking and don't need any income. Wrong answer. That's BS. That's actually misrepresentation of what it really is. People say, hey, you can do it stated. You don't have to prove anything. Well, I'm going to tell you, you think you're finessing the system? It's basically just fraudulently filling out forms and documents. And when that house of cards come crumbling down, boy, you're going to be in big trouble because the same people that you were smiling at, the banks, the lenders that you thought you were finessing are going to come and knocking. And if you committed any fraud, you can just go and put them handcuffs on. Click, click. All right, point number 2 is the 0% interest trap. We heard this during the boom when it came to real estate back in the days, but it's this way now when it comes to this credit stacking, right? It's saying, hey, 0% interest is basically free money. And wrong answer again. Come on, free money. It's not. It's like saying, hey, that tiger's safe because it's asleep. What happens when that tiger wakes up? It's going to eat your behind up. And that's exactly what happened if you get late on one of them credit cards, if you are over in debt with one of them credit cards, anything that they deem necessary, and start charging you 29% interest. If you don't have a direct cash flow flipping strategy attached to that credit stacking, then you're in for disaster. Believe that. Number 3, this one's big because a lot of people get caught up in this, especially when they're starting out their business and they tell you, hey, do by any means necessary. So you do credit stacking. You start your business saying, hey, I'm going to use this to pay for my operations to get me started. And then once I start producing some revenue, then I'll be able to pay this off. Well, this is a recipe for disaster because if you can't produce revenue without taking on debt, then credit stacking is not really going to help you. It's actually going to suffocate you. You want to think about this twice. Don't go into credit debt trying to open up your business out the gate. It's the worst way to start your business. Okay, number 4 is going to be a little bit different. Number 4 is going to be what you should really be using it for. A lot of people won't admit exactly what you should be using it for because it will reveal the weakness in their offer to you because a lot of people might not have this available to them, but it should be used to be directly tied to revenue generating activities. In other words, if you have a campaign that you're doing that's actually converting and making money, or you have a product that's actually selling, or you have a piece of equipment that actually is out making output to produce more money, these are the things that it needs to be tied to. So in other words, if you're selling a pen, right, and you're selling for $2 a piece and you got an order of 10,000, but you can't fill it because you don't have enough funds, then you can credit stack because you know, hey, I have an order of that many. If I just go ahead and produce that many, then I have the revenue to be able to pay for it. That's called revenue generating activity. Why most people don't want to tell you about that, that's trying to sell you on this, is because most people do not have revenue generating activity when they're trying to do credit card stacking. Instead, they are starting out and they're in the infancy stage. That's why people don't want to tell you this one. But this is one that's really big that you need to pay attention to. Remember, your ROI has to be attached to it. If it's not leverage, it's liability. That brings me to number 5. Number 5 is leverage has to be intentional. It can't be accidental. See, credit is like a tool, and a tool can do damage if it's not used correctly, or it can do some productive things if used correctly. So it's according to how you're using it, what's going to happen to your company. Is it going to scale or is it going to sink? Because a lot of times people think that you're utilizing it to scale, and it's really just creating a more prettier version of bankruptcy. So make sure when you're doing your leverage that is intentional. You know why you're doing it, how you're doing it, when you're doing it, and not doing it by accident. My golden nugget at the end here is that credit stacking, yes, it can be used, but it's not a shortcut. The biggest shortcut is the knowledge of knowing how things work. You need to be more focused on stacking cash flow, not credit cards. Focus also on being more credible, bankable. Instead of trying to set up a company and be able to put some false data together to make yourself look like that you are credible or bankable, become credible and bankable. Let banks chase you, not you chase banks. So anybody who's trying to do window dressing with you and trying to fix you up to look the part, but you're not truly the part, then you're headed for disaster, because that means that you don't have the substance. You're going to be in a bad disaster situation, and those people who help you get there are going to disappear. Hopefully this has been helpful to you, because this is a big thing that's out there now. And if it has been, I want you to give me some thumbs up, give me some comments below. If you have some additional questions, comment below as well. Don't forget, join my Patreon page and ask questions, chat, get involved. This is your boy, J.I., a random podcast. I'll holla at you on the other side.